what we want to now analyze is this, and we want to use documentation and sources so that you know that my analyzation is based on the polls and statements that you've heard testified unto. Number one, that the election that took place this past Tuesday night, I suppose is the best way to express it for you going forward, that most of the people that voted in the election voted because of the condition of the economy. And they were voting against the Obama policies. It's what they were voting for. They did not go to the polls on yesterday because there was such a wonderful candidate out there that they were so inspired by that they felt compelled to vote for this person. Obama was on the ballot on yesterday and on everybody's mind who voted for the Republicans to take charge of the House on yesterday, voted against Obama. There was nobody that people were voting for. Even these congresspersons who were insignificant, nobody ever heard of them, got elected last night because people were voting against Obama and not for that individual. I think Marco Rubio summed it up best in his victory speech last night down in Florida. Coral Gables, I believe, is where he gave his victory speech, and he stated this: we need to understand that this was not a vote for Republicans, and the Republicans need to know clearly that it isn't that people like them better than they do the Democrats. It's just that this is giving the Republicans a second chance because they don't believe that if you give Obama from now until eternity that he is going to be a better president on behalf of the economy, health care, and several other issues that many Americans are concerned about. So those two proof points as we go forward indicates that this was not a vote for the Tea Party. Please, everybody, come on, elevate your thinking now. Elevate your philosophical and critical analytical skills. The Tea Party did not, this was not a vote for Sarah Palin. This was not a vote for the Tea Party. Americans would have done this on their own had there been no Tea Party out in the streets. Now, please wait a minute now before you allow your dandruff to get up. I'm just trying to help you to get smart about that which you can be smart about. Again, listen to what the people said all over America a couple of weeks prior to the voting. And listen to what Mark Rubio said. People were not voting for these candidates that they voted in because they were inspired by their political speeches, inspired by their political programs, inspired by them as political individuals. That is not why people voted for the people, the 60 people that got voted in last night. Most people don't know their names. All they know is that they were Republicans. Last night's election was a vote against Obama. He was on the ballot. Please hear me. What people were attempting to do last night was to undo 2008 and vote Obama out. Now, they couldn't technically do that, but their best effort was to vote for anybody except Obama and anybody except the Democrats. Now, there was a lot of spin going on about the fact that the health care bill was an issue, and it was. People are concerned about that. But what I want to get to is that this was not the Tea Party victory. This was not Fox News in victory. This was not Sarah Palin in victory. And I want to state that if Sarah Palin had never come into the world, there'd never been a Tea Party, there'd never been a Fox News, Americans would have done exactly what they did last night without Sarah Palin, without Fox News, without all of the Tea Party rancor that's been going on. I'm simply saying to you that it was all about Obama. It was Obama all the time, all Obama all the time yesterday and for the last year. That is what that's all about, and you need to be clear about it. Now, I'm going to go ahead with some other analysis as we go forward throughout the broadcast today to try to help you understand clearly about the things that are going on in our nation with respect to covert and overt racism, and where we are and why we're headed for, why Obama was handed the biggest victory last night that he could ever be handed. Now, he was quite coy in the news conference he gave just a few moments ago. But that news conference didn't indicate that Obama somehow or another had a sense of defeat and he's willing to work with the Republicans now. None of that. And why should he? They weren't able to take the House. The Republicans weren't able to take the House. And the granddaddy of the granddaddy of the granddaddy of all things last night was Sharon Angle was unable to unseat Harry Reid. And Nevada and the Senate belongs to Obama. So now you're going to hear a lot of spinning tonight on Fox News. They're going to try to make it look like it was a great victory. But Dick Mars, who I don't even listen to anymore, was predicting 80 to 100 seats. Sean Hannity was having orgasms every night, talking about it's going to be a tsunami, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. And then one other thing before I let you go in this segment. Now that 60 seats in the Congress has been taken and all is over with now, do you feel better about America? Do you? Come on, talk to me. You and I, we can talk, right? Do you really feel that America is now headed in the right direction? Do you feel that somehow or another something major has taken place, that a burden has been lifted off the shoulders of America, and we are now going to rise up? And do you feel that? Do you actually feel that? No, you don't. My friends, last night was not and all of the year prior to, but last night was not a signal that Sarah Palin is an influence in politics, nor the Tea Party, nor Glenn Beck. It was simply that people just want to get rid of Obama. His name wasn't on there, but Johnny come lately, anybody people voted for to say to Obama, we don't want you or your policies. They would have done that without Sarah Palin. They would have done that without the Tea Party. They would have done that without Glenn Beck. They would have done that without Fox News, is what I'm simply saying to you. And now that it's over with, I'm telling you that Obama is stronger now. Now, I want to remind you, he's stronger now than he has ever been. He is stronger now than he has ever been. And the Tea Party, Sarah Palin, and all that crowd is a has-been, except for they're going to hardcore people who are going to try to push her up to run for president of the United States, which is going to be the biggest mistake the world has ever seen. But I want to remind you, I'm going to start this now and say it every day until the year 2014 if I have to. It generally takes you, not all of you, but some of you, it generally takes you at least 2 years after I say something before you have the ability to interpret it and appreciate it and say thank you. And I want to reference when I said back in 2008 that Obama was a Muslim, that he was not a Christian, that he was not a patriot, that he was going to destroy this nation, when it took you 2 years before you were able to see it's true. But I said it back in 2008. Let me repeat. The Tea Party had no influence on what happened yesterday. Sarah Palin had zero, zilch, nada influence on what happened on yesterday, though there'll be many people trying to give her credit. People voted yesterday on November the 2nd, 2010, and put 60 new congresspersons in the House because they were voting against Obama. They would have voted for Colonel Sanders and Kentucky Fried Chicken. They would have voted for Ronald McDonald, anybody, just to say to Obama, we don't like you. They didn't need Sarah Palin or the Tea Party to tell them that. All right. Okay. All right. So here, in this segment, let me say this to you. We are worst off in America now when it comes to Obama's power. I've told y'all, this man is an emissary of the devil. He's the son of Satan. He's got more power now than he had on November the 5th, 2008. Now, it's going to take you 2 years before you recognize that I'm speaking the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the stomped down truth. Go ahead, listen to the pundits, listen to Fox and Sean Hannity and Dick Morris and Karl Rove and Laura Ingraham and Bill O'Reilly and Greta Van Sante. Go ahead. Go ahead and listen to them and see America get literally destroyed while Obama has no opposition now. Whatever y'all thought you could do to him, you gave your best shot. The Tea Party gave it its best shot, its best rallies, poured in millions of dollars, drove all the way across the nation, rallied and ran ads to the millions of dollars. You gave it your best shot, and you couldn't take him down. You didn't even hit him good. You couldn't take down Harry Reid, the worst politician in America. You couldn't take him down. You couldn't install Christine O'Donnell. You couldn't install Meg Whitman. You couldn't install Carly Fiorina. With all of that money, $265 million, and all of your Tea Partying, and all of the publicity and the hype and the praise given to Sarah Palin, and you couldn't take him down. Couldn't take him down. You couldn't take Obama down. You sent 60 silly people to Congress who don't know which end is up and who are going to do nothing but mass confusion and will be out of there, voted out of there come 2012. When are you going to realize only the Lord God Almighty and the Constitution that Obama is ineligible? That's the only thing that's going to take him down. When are you going to realize? When are you going to realize? When are you going to realize? You shot your best shot. And he's still in power.